I think I'm gonna head south and possibly go up and over the bridge. They're pretty cool bridges. Hopefully it looks cool on camera. I know the GoPros kind of like ruin how like big the scale of things in real life. But you should be able to tell that these are some good sized bridges for sure. The highway's just kind of boring, and I feel like anything above like 65, 70, I'm like fighting the wind. I'd rather just ride backwards anyway. It's much more fun. Highway's cool if you want to go fast and shit, but and I think the fastest I've had this up to is like 90, and I felt like I was holding on for dear life. The wind is just a little bit much. That guy actually kind of looked like Ron Perlman in Sons of Anarchy on that bike. I could be completely tripping, but for some reason that's just the face that I saw when that guy went past me. So we've been practicing preloading the shifter by just keeping a very slight bit of pressure on it before I shift. Basically just taking like the little slack or tension out of it, that, you know, that little free play it has, taking that out of it. And then as I go to shift, right as I pull the clutch in, the shifter almost seems to just, you know, do the job for me automatically, and it just, you know, throws it up a gear perfectly. And my shifts have been just absolutely buttery the last couple days, which I love. We're juiced up. It almost looks like I have friends. These guys ride a tight formation, that's for sure. I don't like riding like that when I ride with people. I guess the most I've really even ridden with is just one other person, but we don't usually go side by side or stagger that close. These guys seem pretty experienced. They know what they're doing. I can't wait till I get some pipes on my bike so it doesn't sound like a fucking sewing machine. I like this dude in the back's vibe, just straight chilling. He's holding such a straight line. That guy's like barely moved off his line since I've been behind him. I don't know what biker etiquette is. I'm guessing it's probably a safe bet to assume you don't just pull up into other people's packs, even though sometimes I want to. But so I usually just keep my distance from people. I pulled up next to a guy at a light one time because he had a nice bike and shit, and I just wanted to look at it, but it was just him, and he moved all the way over like he was like basically inviting me to pull up next to him. But as far as like pack riding goes, I don't know. This is probably about as close as I'll get to these guys right here. Maybe some people don't care if you pull up and ride with them. I'm guessing. No, I'm sure. Yeah, you shouldn't do it, because these people all trust in each other's experience and decision making and stuff to ride this close together. So if some random just pulled up next to you and got into formation with you, and you have no idea where his skill set lies riding wise, I could definitely see that being an issue. So we'll hang back. Still cool to ride behind him though. That guy refuses to move off his line, dude. He's just gonna eat all those bumps. My man is sticking to his formation. At least riding behind people kind of gives me a little content or something to kind of talk about. Oh man, GG. It's fun while it lasted. I shouldn't have said the content line, man. They fucking knew. They were like, yeah, you're not getting free content off us. Damn, I need to get friends, man. That shit looks like so much fun. The other night when I was riding down here, I just noticed that there was a ton of like wide ass cracks that run the long way, like in the middle of the lane on this road. My tire got inside of it a couple times, and it was not a pleasant experience. It felt like my tire was in there just bouncing back and forth off the walls, and like I was not in complete control of it. And it was dark too, so I couldn't even really tell. I couldn't really get prepared for it. I couldn't see them until I was like in it. Oh no, I think I hit that same fucking bump the other day when I came down. That's such a terrible one. I can feel it, like it just slam into my tire. Dang it. It didn't, I don't think that it bottomed me out, but it's like a high impact on my tire. It feels like I'm like banging the rim almost. Damn it, those cracks, dude. My tire is like magnetized towards them. My body's like, nah, miss the crack, dude, miss the crack. And my bike's like, nah, dude, hit the crack, bro. I'm like, fuck. We're moving a little bit better than the last time I rode down here. I was behind just slow moving vehicle after slow moving vehicle like the entire way down. Not that I want to like speed or, you know, go flying or anything, but it's nice to, you know, at least get up to the speed limit. Oh, that was a big bump too. Fuck. I know there's one down at the bottom of this street too. So I used to hang out a lot at a house that lives down in one of those long driveways over there. We used to do some pretty funny shit that may or may not have been as harmless as we thought it was. Maybe the most harmless of the things that we did was what we called potato knocking. So basically what you do is you get a metal coat hanger and you cut the bottom part of it. So the bottom long side of the triangle, cut it in the middle. So you have two ends that go into the middle. After you cut it and you have the two ends that are in the middle, you take like a potato, or I guess you could use an apple, or literally probably anything. You stick the ends into it so the potato or whatever you're using is sitting in the middle of the coat hanger on the bottom side. So once you stick the potato on it, you tie some fishing line to the bottom of it as well. And then we would go down the street to his neighbor's house and we would sneak up to their front door, and you would hook the coat hanger around the door handle, and then you would walk out to like the street or behind some bushes or just get some cover basically, and you have that fishing line and you would tug on the fishing line and it would cause the potato to swing like back and then knock into the door, and then you pull it again and it swings back and then it knocks into the door. So we would be essentially knocking on people's doors and they'd come to the door, you know, trying to see who's there, and we would just keep swinging the thing and knocking at it, and they couldn't see it. And as I'm getting to the end of this story, I'm realizing how lame it actually sounds. But yeah, so we would just kind of freak his neighbors out by doing that shit. But one of the other things we used to do, maybe the slightly less harmful thing that we used to do, is on his road. Now it's like a neighborhood road, so it's not a main road. There's not a high flow of traffic. The speed limit's pretty low. But at nighttime, we would go out there and we would tie like a fishing line to like a stuffed animal or something. And like as a car was coming, we would drag it across the road in front of them or some shit, which is pretty fucked up now that I think about it. I'd be pissed if somebody did that shit to me. As a kid, you don't think about that though. You don't think like, oh, what if there's kids in the car? What if these people crashed? Like, you just automatically assume everyone's just gonna hit their brakes and, you know, everything will be fine. But we did that a few times, which was kind of funny. And then we did a few times where we looped it up and over the telephone pole wires that go over the road, and then as a car would come, we would drop it down onto their windshield. And that one was probably the most devious one that we've done. That one's really fucked up, because I mean the only reaction at that point is to slam on your brakes, you know, and it probably scared the shit out of whoever it happened to. But it was all, like I said, it was all his neighbors who you know, it's like a small neighborhood, so everybody knows everybody. They were going slow enough where we didn't think at the time it would cause any harm to anybody. I wouldn't recommend doing that ever to anybody, and I personally wouldn't do that again. But just driving past that kid's house just brought back some old memories. I spent a lot of time there when I was in high school. This bridge won't be very fun if it's this windy, I'll tell you that much. Oh, my helmet is just getting yanked around. I gotta get a new helmet. I like this helmet a lot, but I was not thinking aerodynamics when I got it. I also got it thinking I was going to be on a supermoto bike too. I'm definitely going to stick with full face, but I'm going to get something that doesn't have the sun visor in the front, and something that's definitely a little more streamlined. More cracks. Fuck. It's definitely going to be windy up on the bridge. Yeah, see, these ones aren't that bad though. But there's like a crack that runs down the entire middle of this lane, and it gets wide at some points. Oh boy. It's windy. There's the bridge. I don't know if the camera can see it. Holy cow, is it windy. It's kind of making me nervous. Oh, I've never been pushed around like this before by the wind. It's pretty awkward. Fuck it, let's go for it. We'll be alright. Looks like traffic is moving a little bit slow up there anyway, so it's not like we're going to be flying over it. If it's really windy, I'm gonna really have to just look dead straight. I won't be able to really look off to the side and try to get a view over the edge if it's super windy. We'll see how we feel when we get up there. I feel like I'm going up the big hill on a roller coaster right now. You get that pre-ride nerves. Nah, we'll be fine. What's up with this light, bro? It definitely kind of feels like pre-roller coaster nerves. Go ahead, buddy. Not bad up here at all. Nice. Actually, being up there was like the least windy part of that. Alright, we're gonna go to this little parking lot over here under this other bridge. I don't know if I want to go over the other bridge. It's not as cool. This one's definitely better. And if I go back this way, I can look out the other side and show you the view from the other side. So I think I'm gonna do that. But we're gonna go down to the other bridge, and there's a parking lot underneath it. And I'm gonna park and hop off, and I'll do a quick walk around of the bike and talk about it, even though I know absolutely nothing about bikes. So we'll do that, and then I'll walk over to the canal and just get like a shot of the canal real quick, and then we can head back over the bridge. I'm trying to think of a title for this video too. Maybe like Harley Street Bob versus Big Friggin' Bridge or some shit. Cheese it up a little bit. I've had worse ideas before. Oh yeah, there it is over there. This road looks really like slick right here. God damn, it's windy. I feel like I'm getting beat up. Yeah, we'll definitely go back to the other bridge. This one's not as cool, but you can kind of see it up there. Oh, it's got a side cart? That's sick. I want to check this out. This is where we're going anyway, so. Oh my god, that thing's awesome. Do they have a dog in there too? I know there's a person in there. Yeah, they do have a dog too. Oh shit. That's really cool. Alright, we will walk over here real quick. Oh, that's the drawbridge. Okay, I knew we had a drawbridge somewhere. I don't even know if the camera can see that this far. Sick. Alright, well yeah, this is it. 2021 Harley Street Bob, black and orange. Pretty much completely stock. Basically, it is complete stock, yeah. The only thing I put on was this bag right here. But it has the 114. Just cleaned it today, so it looks pretty nice. That's pretty much all I know about this bike though. I've been riding bikes my entire life, but I never really dove into the mechanical side of them. But yeah, so this is it. I don't think I've actually showed the bike yet on camera, so it doesn't look too bad all cleaned up today. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick battery swap. Under than over. I can't believe I'm just now thinking of this story to tell, but pretty sad story. When I was younger, coming home from a hockey game, we passed the hockey rink earlier. It was on the road that we were just on. One day when I was, I don't know, maybe like 10 or 12, I was young. We were coming back home across this bridge here, just how we're about to do so now. And as we get up onto the bridge, there is a lady on the other side of the fence climbing up the arch. She hopped over the fence right as we were passing her. My mom made it a brief attempt to, you know, try to get her to chill out or whatever, but there's not much we could do. So once I go up here, you'll see. I mean, you can see that giant arch above us. So she somehow made it onto the other side of this fence. Right here, she climbed this fence. She was right about over here when we saw her. She was like right here where the arch starts. She climbed the fence and then climbed all the way up the arch there to the very top above where I am right now. And she sat up there for hours, dangling her feet off the ledge, throwing her shoes down. And she was rescued by a helicopter with a basket. They flew a helicopter in and she jumped, or not jumped, I mean she kind of like climbed into a basket and they flew her out of here. But I will always remember that. Ugh. Even though I almost forgot it just now. But that shit was crazy. Like the look in that lady's face when we were like, you know, on the other side of the fence from one another was pretty haunting. You could definitely tell, even I as a little kid could tell something was seriously wrong with that lady. She was a scary woman. But other than that, she made it down. She, you know, was rescued, but with the bucket and everything. But I never really heard anything about her after that, so I'm not sure what happened to her. This shit looks so fucking slick. So yeah, I think that was it really. I just wanted to show the bridge, do a little talking, which I did plenty of. Damn, I think I talked myself tired on the way down there. Yeah, thanks for watching. Again, if you want to leave some riding tips below or whatever in the comments, if you see me do anything dumb, please let me know, fill me in.